All right, today we're diving into a really cool educational project. The title kind of says it all. From data to value, a mathematical journey. And let me tell you, this isn't just about crunching numbers. It's a story about how math can be a journey that turns abstract data into real understanding and connection.
And get this journey wasn't a solo mission. Nope, it was a full-on international adventure. It brought together students and teachers from 4 different countries: Turkey, Croatia, Romania, and Serbia, all of them united by one goal: to explore the world of math together.
So you might be wondering, how on earth do you organize a project across 4 different countries? Well, the answer is a fantastic platform called eTwinning. Think of it as the digital bridge that connected all these classrooms and turned a brilliant idea into a hands-on reality.
Now, if you've never heard of eTwinning, it's pretty simple. It's basically a free and secure online community for schools all over Europe. It gives teachers a space to find partners for projects just like this one, to share ideas, and to create some truly amazing learning experiences. It was really the engine that powered this whole journey.
You know, every great adventure needs a plan. And for this project, the first couple of months, September and October, were all about laying that solid foundation. Making sure everyone was geared up and on the same page before they really took off.
So, in September, they assembled the teaching team, bringing in educators like Nijla Genç and Ahmed Tunçay Tufekcioglu. Then October was all about the students. They got them on board, but, and this is so important, they also spent time on things like online safety and internet ethics. They weren't just building a project, they were building a safe, respectful community from day one.
Okay, so with that strong foundation in place, the project really kicked into high gear. This is where the magic happened. From November all the way through February, the students weren't just sitting in their own classrooms. They were actively creating things together, across borders.
And one of the absolute coolest things they made was this: a math calendar for the year 2026. I mean, forget boring worksheets. These mixed international teams actually worked together to design a whole calendar. Just imagine that for a second, using a calendar every day that you built with classmates hundreds of miles away. How cool is that?
In the project notes, they use this specific Turkish phrase, ortak ürün. It translates to joint product, and that term just perfectly captures the spirit of the whole thing. The calendar wasn't, a Turkish page plus a Croatian page. No way. It was one single, unified thing created by a multinational team. That is what true collaboration looks like.
And the calendar was just the beginning. They tackled so many other fascinating topics. There was an activity on perspective led by teachers from Turkey and Serbia. They explored the wild, mind-bending world of fractals. They even dove into the golden ratio, or Altın Oran, and wrote digital stories together. This was so much more than your average math class.
So the big question is, how did they manage all of this complex work? Well, it all came down to having the right digital toolkit. They used a smart selection of Web 2.0 tools that really became the backbone of their collaboration.
And you can see here, every tool had a very specific job. The eTwinning platform itself was like their main headquarters for managing the project. Zoom, of course, was their virtual classroom. Google Forms handled all the practical stuff like getting students signed up. And a super user-friendly tool like Canva, well, that was their creative studio, where they built their posters and that amazing 2026 calendar. Okay, so after months of all this incredible work, it was finally time for the big reveal. April was their showcase month, where they got to share everything they'd created and learned on their journey.
And that brings up a really good question, doesn't it? I mean, how do you present the work of students from 4 different countries in a way that feels connected and, like a real celebration?
Well, their solution was just perfect for a digital project. They created a sanal sergi, that's Turkish for a virtual exhibition. So instead of a physical gallery, they built this awesome digital space where all of their joint products, the calendar, the stories, the art, could be put on display for absolutely everyone to see.
When you step back and look at the whole thing, you realize the true value of this project went way beyond just solving math problems. The real takeaway here was about the journey itself and all the incredible skills these students picked up along the way.
I mean, let's just pause on this number for a second. 4. That's 4 countries, 4 different cultures, 4 unique school systems, all coming together to work as a single team. In the world we live in today, that alone is an unbelievably powerful lesson. So what can we all learn from this?
Honestly, this project is like a masterclass in modern education. It wasn't just teachers talking at students. It was completely student-centered. It used technology for a real purpose. And most importantly, it showed that when you have students working together to create real, tangible joint products, they learned about collaboration, communication, and culture right alongside the math.
And that really leaves us with one final thought. This project proves that with the right tools and a real spirit of collaboration, the walls of a classroom can totally disappear. It just makes you wonder, right? What incredible journey will your classroom, or your team at work, or even your community take on next?